themselves in our elite service academies and are gaining combat experience, flying fighter and carrier airplanes in war zones, and participating in many ground missions as well. This has been the traditional route to the top for men, and women are now in the pipeline. Though this is relatively new for the armed services, American women on the front lines in war is not. In the Revolutionary War, our first war for freedom, women participated when they could, sometimes even disguising themselves as men in order to join the battle. Women played relatively small roles in the War of 1812 and the Mexican-American War, but the American Civil War was another story. Its toll of 600,000 dead on both sides makes it by far the costliest war in human terms in American history. As a result, the constant demand for new soldiers ensured that virtually anyone, male or female, who was determined to enlist could manage to elude the barriers of age, size, fitness, or sex that were intended to screen out unsuitable recruits. In the words of one scholar, if a candidate was tall enough, wasn't lame, deaf, or blind, had enough teeth to open powder cartridges and a trigger finger with which to shoot, he or she was usually accepted. Historians today agree that the number of women who wore the uniforms of the Union or Confederacy at some time during the 4-year-long conflict was probably close to 1,000, and the total may well have been higher. As happened during the American Revolution, a few women went to war alongside their husbands without masquerading as men. Others pretended to be the brothers or comrades of their spouses and fiancés. One newlywed, Hattie Martin of Pennsylvania, donned men's clothing when she and her new husband enlisted, but revealed her identity to the examining physician, who let the couple join up. As often as not, women who enlisted with their husbands stayed at the front even after their men had been killed. When Amy Clark's husband was mortally wounded at Shiloh, she stayed with her company until she herself was wounded and captured by Union troops. They sent her home wearing a dress after she had recovered. Some recruiting officers may have winked at the rules out of friendship with or sympathy for the protagonists, but that usually wasn't necessary. The women simply donned loose-fitting men's clothing, mimicked as best they could masculine hairstyles and mannerisms, and relied on the casualness of the physical exams to do the rest, just as sickly and underage enlistees did. Too little is known about the women, North or South, who went to war or dreamed of doing so, to speculate how many acted out of patriotism, how many were seeking adventure, and how many saw a chance for independence and economic opportunity that was accessible to most men but very few women. Even women who accepted their traditional role as ladies sometimes chafed at the restrictions. Lucy Breckenridge confided in her journal, "I would gladly shoulder my pistol and shoot some Yankees if it were allowable." And there were others, like the 20 women in the Shenandoah Valley who wrote to Judah Benjamin, the Confederate Secretary of War. They proposed to form a volunteer regiment of women for local defense, because all the men in the vicinity, between the ages of 16 and 60, had been drafted. They gave up the idea, though, after Mr. Benjamin declined their offer. Sarah Emma Edmonds. We do know a great deal about the thinking of one soldier girl, as women in the military were popularly known, whether passing as men or not. Sarah Emma Edmonds joined the 2nd Michigan Cavalry in 1861 under the alias Frank Thompson. She served until 1863. Probably the best-known woman soldier in the Civil War, Sarah was born in New Brunswick, Canada in 1841. At the age of 17, she left home disguised as a young man and found work in the United States as a traveling book salesman for a Hartford, Connecticut company. She may have left Canada to escape from a tyrannical father or to avoid being pressured into marriage.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.